I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, you guys? Hey, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here for season 3, episode 5 of Healing Eve. And of course, I couldn't do it without the lovely, I swear, she's makeup ready. I'm not. This is the before, that's the after. Give it up for the Healing Eve famous fan, Mia Brabham.
Oh my gosh, that was the best intro ever. And honestly, I think I'm before and you're after. You're gorgeous.
Girl, whatever. I'm like, move the one top back, people. But whatever, we're here in quarantine. So thank you guys for checking us out because we're here to talk everything, which is Killing Eve, episode 5. So how did you feel overall? What are your overall thoughts, Mia?
So the beginning was so funny. And I just honestly was like, the name of this episode should be, Who Are You? Because I loved that interaction that went on in the beginning, right? When Villanelle got to the house. But that was so funny. But my truly honest to God thoughts, Erika, about this entire episode is that I was kind of bored out of my mind, honestly, until the end. Until the end, I don't know what it was, but I just was like, not really feeling it until the conversation she had with her mom at the very end when things got real. Which I know it's storytelling, so it had to lead there. Like we had to see into their world of like, this backstory and how Villanelle grew up. So I appreciate it, but I also was just kind of like, okay, well, that's it. So by the end, I was a happy girl. I thought it ended fabulously, and of course, like straight Villanelle style, fire.
Yeah,
literally.
It's funny. Like I actually really liked it because I was like, I think you really, they're trying to give you sort of. And you get some of this in other sort of action movies or different sort of killer movies, I guess. But you kind of want to know, like, how did this person become this way? Was she born evil or did she become evil? So I feel like that's kind of what they were trying to show you. Like, okay, well, yeah, maybe if your mama dumped you and went back for your brother or kept your brother or whatever and just dumped you and, all these little gems of, okay, this is how she became a psychopath. Theoretically, or was she born? So and that was the whole thing about like when they were looking through the photo album, and it's like, okay, so she always was kind of weird with these crazy costumes and stuff. So she could have been crazy from birth. And so it's, so I actually liked that part. And the whole time I was like, is she gonna kill everybody in the house or just the mother? So from the beginning, I was like, oh, she's definitely killing somebody.
Yes! Me too. I thought that same thing.
Right. From the very beginning, I was like, she's going to kill them. And then, and especially when I felt like they were having too much fun, I was like, she might kill them. But it was really interesting, I think. What were your thoughts on that note? What were your thoughts about her and sort of her interaction with her brother, Poytr, or basically Peter in Russian, I presume. But how did you feel about that?
I thought he was really cool. I love that they introduced his character, and it was like kind of bond. I feel like they kind of vibed. Like I feel like he understood her in a way, and he was like proud of her, which was I think different for her. Like when they're in the restaurant, and he was like, "This is my sister. Like I'm eating with my sister." I thought that was like really cute, but of course she was like bleh. So. I thought it was good that she had that for a minute, that he had that, and clearly it paid off because the ending.
Yeah. So do you feel like she actually, because I know you're like, okay, she's a sociopath or whatever, but do you feel like she has an actual true affinity for her brothers, the older and the younger?
This is an interesting conversation. Honestly, I was thinking about this at the very end. I sat for 5 minutes and I was like, I need to get to the bottom of that. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. And I think she does. And we talked about this last time. I don't know if you remember last episode, me and you were talking about the fact, like, has there been a kill yet where she spared people, where she intended to kill everybody, or not everybody, intended to kill someone or kill a group of people, and then was like, no, you can leave, like you can survive. And clearly in this episode she did it. We saw it for the first time, or maybe I think, but she let the two boys go, the brothers. So I I think she might have an affinity for them, actually. I don't, unless we'll see in future episodes, I don't know why else she would have kept them alive, because then it's like they know that she killed the whole family. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll come into play, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I don't think they'll rat on her or anything like that. But I also don't think she kept him alive because they're like do something for her. That was kind of like the runaround, if that made any sense.
No, I mean, I agree. I definitely feel like it was interesting because when she came in, even though she kind of gave him a hard time or whatever, she was always, she definitely had some sort of affection for her brother. Mm-hmm. So I think you realize this from the very beginning, you know, for Poytr, and then her younger brother as well. She seemed to, but I think she's always kind of been, unless they're like really obnoxious, I think she's consistently been pretty cool with kids throughout every season. You know what I'm saying? She's not really.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. You go ahead.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. No, I don't think she, like, if the kids are kind of cool or they're having some sort of struggles or something, I feel like she definitely isn't sort of like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? There are a few little scenes where if the kids are bad, she'll like act a fool, but if they're nice, sort of like the underdog, I assume how she felt she was, and she's kind of cool with them, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say too, speaking of the little kid, is that her younger brother? Who is that? That's the brother or cousin, the little boy.
I think that's her brother.
Okay, that is her brother. She's 2.
Because remember the scene where she's in there and she's talking to him or something, and she's like, "Who's that?" And he says, "That's Mama." And then that's when she's like running to get out the house and crazy and whatever. And then that's when I was like, "Oh yeah, that's her little brother."
Okay, yeah. Got it. That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure too. I was like, because I didn't really catch, she was really close with like the older one clearly. But yeah, I, like you said, I was scared when they sat on the bench and he was hitting himself in the head after the mom was like being so rude to him, or when I was like telling him like he couldn't do whatever, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I suck." I literally was like, she's gonna like get on his side and then kill him, because this is a pattern we've seen with Felix, that one kid last time in the clown suit, or her mentee, and then the guy in the hospital. So I was a little worried she was gonna kill him.
Slow down. Okay, she killed Felix because he was an idiot and messed up the job. Like, that's why she killed him. I think true. Felix would still be around because she liked Felix, but it's like, Felix, jumping on this person, making a mess in the bedroom, and we got to walk past all the kids and his blood. So that, I will say, I have to give you that. But she did kill that other kid that she kind of felt for. So
yeah.
Right on that.
And he did ask to die. And she did it. So I guess you're right. We just never know with her.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, I do feel like the other kid in the hospital or whatever, I was like, wow, she killed him. So you're right. But I feel like she had to kill Felix because he like messed up everything. So
yeah, that's true. Messy.
You know, it's kind of like, okay, what are you doing, Felix? Like,
SMH.
You know, you can't walk out of here with blood on you. Or where's your mask at? I mean, he was doing the most. But another thing I thought in that scene when the brother, because she saw him banging his head before and didn't say anything. And I think that's when you start to realize that even though everything appears fine to some extent, it might be something really wrong with the mother. Because it's like, why is this little boy in the room, you know, banging his head against the wall or whatever?
Yeah, so and the older brother had the anger couch too, which I loved. I was like, maybe those.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you think about how the older brother, I guess, clearly something happened in their family that he dealt with it in a way that was different to Villanelle? And that's when he was like, "Oh, do you think that's crazy?" And she was like, you know, no, just
I really don't know. I don't know if it's because Villanelle, again, is like built different. Like, clearly he's not as extreme as she is. And so he probably felt like, I have to be here. You know, maybe he could have had like, feel like a responsibility to stay with the family because she was gone, like when he came back, or like, I don't know what was going through his head, but I feel like Villanelle, everyone handled something differently. And she was probably like, I'm getting the F out of here. And he was like, I'm going to make the best of it and just like keep a smile on my face and keep the family together in some sort of way. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? You're like the psychologist here who's knows everything somehow. So.
Okay, so the way, and let me ask you your opinion, because I saw the episode literally right before we were taping. So, the way they kind of piece together is a little disjointed, right? So to me, it sounded like the mother dumped Villanelle at an orphanage. Mm-hmm. And supposedly the people at the orphanage, I don't know if there was a fire or whatever. Then all of a sudden, she is told that Villanelle is dead. And then they tell Villanelle that everyone else is dead or whatever, her family's dead. So the question is, why did she take Villanelle instead of the brother? Because she was like, well, why did you get rid of him? He cried all the time, right?
Yeah. So
I think, so then in their discussion in the end, the mother says, your father was the one that wanted to get rid of you because, like you're a psychopath. Uh-huh. What are your thoughts about why the mother really got rid of her?
It is so hard to tell. And that's why I love this scene. I thought it was so complex. And like, I think she said a lot of things that were like, I was like, she has a point. And other things I was like, damn, that was really rude. Like, you're her mom. And I don't know. I just feel like maybe there was some truth to both of the things they were saying. And I think the real reason that she maybe got rid of Villanelle is because of what she was saying. Like, I think she was being honest. Like, she just was like, you were like kind of a monster. Like, they kept saying the darkness. Like, she clearly had a darkness in her. And like, I also think that they, like I said, both sides of their perspectives could be true. And I just think like the mom's behavior probably like exacerbated everything that had to do with Villanelle. Like, it probably made, like, she already had that darkness in her, but then like the mom clearly like just set something off in her for Villanelle to become the way that she did. But I think the mom clearly saw that she was like, you've got issues, I'm getting rid of you. I don't think there was any other like secret meaning. Do you? Of course you do.
I know. I just wanted your opinion. Okay, so let's whatever. Let's get back to, let's talk about the festival, because I thought that was so cute. And I really liked that part because it was nice to see Villanelle having like regular fun and being cheered on by her family and all of that stuff. What were your thoughts about the festival scenes?
It was really fun. It was just cool to see too, like just another culture and like how they do their festivals. Like, I thought it was really detailed and every part of it was just so cool and relatable and fun. And like you said, the whole point is like, this show is kind of like normalizing a serial killer in a way. And like, clearly we have like a female serial killer, which is like insanely awesome because you don't see that, but it's like, they're really like, what? There's not a show where we literally see their everyday life of this person who's killing all these people. So even knowing that, it was just so weird to see her like when she, the festival as well, but like even when she first got to the house, seeing her in this normal setting as a real normal person, because this is not just her walking on the streets with Constantine, or like getting ice cream with Dasha, like she's at home. And I was like, this is crazy. Right. So this was like another level of her like having fun and getting excited, like she was just a little kid. Like when she was playing the carnival game and with the cups and they were like switching them around and she kept winning and the girl was like, that's enough. I just thought it was so funny. Like she was like, yeah, like do it again. And it was just like so animated and she's just like a little kid. And it's like kind of like what her mom said at the end when she came to her mom at the end, it was like, I want to feel like a little kid. She was like, you're not a little kid. She's like, but like wipe my face. I want to feel like it. And I just feel like this was like her trying to relive her childhood and it brought like childlike qualities out of her.
I know. And I really appreciated that. And it was so good to see. Honestly, I thought that when the girls were shooting, I was like, oh, Villanelle is going to come and shoot the gun and be like the best. Yes. But I liked the fact that it was the dunk throwing contest that she won. Like it was just her mere strength that kind of carried her through. So I thought that was super cool. And it was interesting to see kind of how she interrelated with her little brother. And then what are your thoughts about the stepdad and the stepbrother? So the older brother who's like randomly picking up women all the time. What the heck? you know, like, did she kill all of them in the house too? But anyway, what are your thoughts about the stepbrother and the father?
I mean,
the
they were
stepbrother.
like, the stepbrother was definitely just trash. I was like, okay, boy, whatever. He was from the beginning. I was like, all right, whatever. You're a strange one. But the stepdad, when he was out, I think it was like, was it a garden? They were gardening and she came outside to get more out of why her mom did what she did. I was like, oh my gosh. Cause like same thing, Erika, when this all started, I was like, I knew. Cause I fall for it all the time. I was like, Villanelle's not going to soften up. She's not going to. I was like, she's going to kill someone. I knew it from the very beginning. And then he was the first one because I never thought she was going to kill the mom. I really didn't. I was like, that's
really?
not going to do it. Yeah. But I was like, she's going to kill someone or something. I don't know. But I thought it was the stepdad at first. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to kill him. The way she came on to him and was like, tell me the truth. And was like all this stuff. But then I was like, oh my God, no. And this is when I thought she's going to kill the mom. But it took this scene for me to think like, that she was going to kill her own mother, but I didn't. Really? I definitely didn't think it before that.
Oh, I definitely thought it when I think at first I was like, is she going to kill her whole family? Like, because they clearly have started this life without her. But I definitely thought she was going to kill the mom when the mom came, because she was like almost afraid when she was like trying to run out. And that's the only time I've really seen her where I was like, oh my gosh, she seems actually shook. And then when the mom is like hugging her and stuff, she didn't look like just angry. Like clearly she did something to her. And so that's the whole time. It's like, okay, well, what did she do to her to make her like terrified of this woman and all of that? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of thought from that point that she was going to probably kill the mother, but I thought she probably was going to kill everybody. But I definitely thought she was going to kill the mom because I was like, she's happy for the brother. She loves the brother. Even the younger one, she's kind of feeling some kind of ways, but she was cool with him. But she was terrified when her mother walked through that door. I felt anyway, like I just felt her reaction of like running and the doors locked and stuff. It's like, what?
That's so good. See, I definitely did not pin it as, I mean, clearly now we know she was terrified. Yeah. I pinned it more as her like freaking out and being like, oh my gosh, I'm about to see her finally. Like it was more of a like panic and not like her being scared. I just thought she was panicking because she didn't know how to react or like love. Right. And that's what I thought.
Right. No, I see what you're saying too. But then like when she hugged her, Villanelle looked so crazy. I was like, what did this woman do to her? Like, why? Like she's not even afraid of her handlers like that. Why is she scared? Like so that's interesting. So then I think so what are your thoughts about why they put in the wacky stepbrother? Because especially when they're playing that card game and he was like, I know a killer when I see one. What are your thoughts about him and kind of what his purpose was, I guess, in this episode?
First of all, I think his girlfriend was a freaking weirdo. She was so funny. And when they had their Mamma Mia girl group going at the festival, I was just dying laughing. I was like, what is this performance? I'm crying. It's so funny. But I think he was more of like, he kind of served his purpose in that scene. Like, I think for maybe not like, it wasn't comedic relief and it wasn't like foreshadowing. I wouldn't even know what mechanism to really call it, but like, it was like a hint at something. Like he was like, yeah, like I know. And so maybe it was maybe a little bit of foreshadowing saying like, yeah, she's going to kill someone in this episode. But I think he was more of like, there has to be one annoying person in the family and she had to kill a house full of people and he had to be in it. So I think it was just more of like, he was almost like a prop character. That's not a thing at all. I don't know why I said that, but like he's a filler. They had to put him in there. We had to not like somebody and then she had to kill him. And that's how it goes. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, no, mostly I agree. I mean, I feel like in that particular scene, even though they were playing a game or whatever, I feel like they wanted you to get the vibe, like he really saw who she really was, as opposed to everyone here is putting on this, you know, like the mother is pretending to be kind of nicer, I guess, than what Villanelle has known her to be. And, you know, Villanelle is kind of, oh yeah, because everybody was like, oh, okay, you look innocent or whatever. And she's sitting there looking like, I am innocent. And he's looking like, I see a killer. I know you're a killer. So yeah. I thought that was kind of a fun thing. Yeah, it was an interesting dynamic, I think, between the step family and, and your real family. So it's like, okay, you're not my real brother, so you can't go out to the barn. And so you're just going to burn or whatever. So yeah, it's like whatever. And then okay, so a couple of things. What do you think is going on with, so what happened to their, like, what's the situation with her and her real father? Because I feel like there are so many sort of seeds planted, but not really, to me, it just brought more questions out, more so than answers. So what were your feelings about how Villanelle, one, felt about her father, and what do you think actually happened to her father?
I honestly didn't even think that far ahead. I was just so blown away by the end of this. I was like, holy crap. I was thinking my focus is more on the brothers, and I was like, what are they going to do? Are they going to say anything? But you're right. I mean, she like mentioned him a few times, but I don't know where she stands with him. It's like, I don't know if she'll like go after that or like try to figure out what happened there. Maybe that's where she goes next after this. Like, I don't know if it'll pick up back in London. I have no idea. What do you think?
Well, the reason why I bring it up is because the whole time her father's dead, right? And so then they're looking through the scrapbook photo, but there's no pictures of the dad. And then she goes out, and then, and then that scene where she's with her brother, and she's like, oh, my father, he taught us how to fight, and it was better when he was around. So I feel like it was one of those situations, perhaps, where the mother is abusive, but the father is like the nice person, whatever.
Yeah.
But what I thought, or what I sort of think, because I was like, oh, because I couldn't hear all of, like, when she was talking to her mother at the end.
Yeah.
But I think her mother killed the father, because I was like, well, how did the father die? Because they don't ever talk about it, and she doesn't want pictures anywhere in the scrapbook. And I feel like this whole, your father thought you were going to kill us, so that's why I abandoned you. It's like, really? Is that what happened? And
that is what happened.
And then when she's like, now that I'm a killer, I'm like you. What did she mean, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was she talking about?
So you solved it.
Well, I don't know, but that's what I thought. I was like, she killed the father. That's what I really think. And so honestly, what made me first clue into that was when she went out to talk to the stepfather, because he was digging in the ground and stuff. And I was like, I bet you her dad's in that ground. And so, but maybe I'm just a dark person, but whatever. But I'm just saying. But then when she went to him and she was like really questioning him about, well, what did she really tell you? What did she really say about me? What happened to me and stuff? Like, I feel like maybe there's more with the history between, I mean? Like, I think it's more of also what happened to her dad, like, for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think in her belief, she believes her father was always behind her. And so, that was kind of, I think, part of the issue. And her mother was like, no, he saw your darkness. And that's probably when she was like, okay, this is the one good thing I got is this one memory, and you messing that up, so I've got to kill you. But anyway, so that was kind of, I wanted to see if you, because that's kind of, I was like,
yeah,
so attached to the father, but they never really said how he died.
You're so right.
Like, did he have a heart attack? Or even if he did, like, whatever, people poison, whatever. But I'm like, the way they kind of tiptoed around, did they have a heart attack? Or, how did he die? They never really said how he died. And to me, like, I get that her mom is mean or whatever, but to say that killing makes me like you, I think,
yeah.
What does that mean, really?
And I was shocked. I was shocked at how, in that scene, I remember being like, she just straight up told her. I didn't think she'd actually come out and say it. I knew she'd eventually say, like, yeah, that's where I've been killing people. But, like, the way she said it, she was like, right? And, like, I think she said it like she knew her mom knew, because she knew her mom, like, it takes one to know one, right? And I think her mom at a young age saw this and knew what she was going to do. But, like, the fact, to me, you're right. Now this is all coming together. And the fact that at the end she said, I think I need to kill you to her mom. And then it was that long shot on Villanelle's face and then on her mom. And her mom just had the same straight face. It was almost like she knew what was coming. She knew. She had such a calm in that scene where she either thought that it wasn't going to happen, that Villanelle wouldn't do it, or she was like, this is going to happen. And I, in the back of my head, know I deserve it. Or like knew it was coming to me. Not deserve it maybe, but like knew it was coming. So that makes total sense. You should just host this whole show. That's it, period.
You're so funny. I'm like, let me sit down a spec script. No, here's another thing I do think about that too is, I don't know if this is sort of like going to resolve all of Villanelle's backstory, but I'm still at a crossroads between what the mother really knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, part of me wonders, like, did you really take her to an orphanage, or did you just sell her to these people that turned her into killers? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what she did? Because I mean, you know, that happens. So I'm like, did you? And I feel like Villanelle already knows, kind of like, you know how you played me. And so I think she knows that her brothers are innocent or whatever, but I feel like there was probably a lot behind the mother, you know what I'm saying, that like we haven't seen yet, or maybe we won't know. But there were a few different things. So the whole time I was like, okay, really? The orphanage? Because even the whole story, like, oh, it's 2 floors, and they said you were killed.
And maybe that's why she was prying too. That's why she was maybe like prying with the father, and why she wants to go home and figure out everything that happened. That's so true. But yeah, Jodie Foster deserves another Emmy for that scene. Like, it was so good. This was like the best.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was like, although Jodie Foster's.
Oh, did I say Jodie Foster? Oh my God. Even after all that, I didn't even realize it just slipped. I was like, oh yeah, Jodie Foster would have been wild in the show. It would not have been the same. But yes.
But it's funny because actually, since you bring that up, because I was going to mention it another time, this is one of those episodes where, very much like Hannibal Lecter, since we're talking about Jodie Foster here, where they are kind of like killing people that you feel deserve it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, I'm just a psychopath out here, I'll kill anybody no matter what. So to me, I feel like outside of a few situations, either it was her job or she would have been exposed, or not saying that she's not still like a psychopath or whatever, but she's not like, oh, killing people because of some fetish. Like, usually she has a reason, or she's trying to pay the person back. And in this instance, this is still true. And it's just funny because, very much like Hannibal Lecter, it's like, if people irritate you too much, you might take them out. Because I feel like she didn't really have to kill the stepbrother and his girlfriend, but she was like, girl, I didn't like you from the first day I got here. You were talking to me crazy.
You're so right.
So you're going up in flames.
Bye. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh my goodness. So let's talk about kind of like the final scene when she is like, I'm going to kill you, or whatever. I think I'm gonna have to kill you. Why do you think it is that the mother, and I guess you've kind of touched on it already, why do you think it is that the mother didn't
react a certain way?
Yeah.
I mean, she could have, surface level, she could have just been like paralyzed and been like, did you really say that? Are you really going to do it? Or like I said, she could have just been like, I knew it was coming and this is just it. Like, here I go. I really don't know, but I do want to know how she did it because it's on the floor. So I was like, did she poison her? Like, part of me was like, well, I guess she didn't have anything to drink, but I was wondering how she took her out, if she like hit her with something or if she like knifed her before she set the house on fire. I was just curious because there's like a huge lapse in that moment, the moments before the big moment of the fire, I guess. So yeah, I'm a little curious.
I agree too. I do want to see how the final moment between her and her mother. So I don't know if that's something that we'll get later, or if, who knows how that'll work.
Yeah.
So all right, so you guys, that pretty much concludes this episode, season 3, episode 5. So I guess we will move on now to our special segment.
Yes.
The female assassin / female killers. All right, so the person I picked today is well, she's in between because she was trying to be an assassin, but she missed. So we're talking today about Sarah Jane Moore, and she's a would-be assassin because she attempted. She's the first woman though who ever tried to kill a president. So she actually attempted to assassinate President Ford at the time, and this is in September 22nd, 1975. And the reason why it was interesting is I first came across her in this article because they were like, actually, Villanelle is the opposite of what true assassins are, because this woman, she has like mousy brown hair. She looks like the person next door, while Villanelle, even on a bad day, is wearing designer clothes. So she's always going to kind of stand out, unless she's wearing like clown makeup or whatever. So, so this particular woman, she shot at the president, but she was able to get close to him basically because she was just sort of like a normal looking, honestly young white girl, because I don't think they would let no black girls that close. But that was just so anywho, but that was the 70s. Times are different now. Okay, so but for that, so then that was the thing. And then she says, okay, like at the time of her arrest, she said, if I had, because I think she was, what happened was she had a 38. So her gun was huge. So that's how they kind of, I think, she got off a shot, but she missed him. But she's like, if I had a 44 with me, I would have caught him. So, that's what she said when she got arrested. So she's like, I gotta have better guns next time. That's how it is.
People like that are wild. Oh my gosh.
But all that being said, as we all know from last season as well, when I was on here, she, although she did do some significant time, she was sentenced to life in prison. And then basically she said, like at the time she was, at her hearing, she says she's sorry that she tried yes and no, because she accomplished little other than throwing the rest of her life away, but she's not sorry that she tried to kill him, because at the time it seemed like the right thing to do when she was mad. All right, cool. So basically she was paroled in 2007 and she's out here living among us, but she's like 90, so she probably won't shoot you. All right. Any quick news and gossip? Because we got to hit the road, baby.
Nope, we'll get to that next time, but we should hit predictions for sure, because I have one big one. What about you?
All right, go ahead. Knock it out. I'll let you go, girl.
Okay, so this is my one big prediction. I think that her brother's going to come to find her. I want that to happen. Now I'm second guessing everything, but I think they're going to come after her and be like, why'd you do that? Or I don't think they'll like avenge their mother's death, but like, I think they'll go do something or like meet up with her again. Okay, that's all.
All right. Well, I think if they do, it'll be the younger brother, because I think the older brother know the mama crazy. But I do feel like the younger brother is going to come back again. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you all. And thank you for making us the ESPN of after TV shows and TV talk. So, Mia, where can they find you and what would you like to promote?
Yes, you guys can find me on Twitter at Hot Mess Mia and on Instagram at Yours Truly Mia. I'm also on the Dead to Me After Show finishing tonight. I'm on the Insecure After Show also on Mondays. And I have a YouTube, so I usually comment below. So you can find me there. What about you, Erika?
All right, the same thing. You can find me on YouTube at Exactly Erika, although I don't usually promote that. You can follow me on all of my social media at Erika, Erika, D as in Dora Edwards. And then tonight, I'm going to be on the after show for the Worst Cooks of America and Real Housewives of Atlanta on Sunday until the reunion.
Yes, Erika.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us and can't wait to see you guys next week for episode 6. Ciao for now, folks.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.